Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk more Fringe, and we now return to our regularly scheduled episodes after taking a detour into Season 2 last week. Most of you probably understand why. If you want to get the full explanation, go watch last week's episode. But we're now back to our regular order, Episode 17, Season 1. This one's called Bad Dreams. So I assume we're getting into dreams again. We're doing a lot of telepathic, psychic stuff. Not every episode, but a lot of our weird thing of the weeks touch on that sort of idea. Whether it's a soul or transference of memory, an extrasensory perception of some sort or another. I assume that's what we'll be getting into in this case, related to sleeping and dreaming. So, how that manifests itself, no idea. But let's jump into it, guys. And let's keep an eye out for the Observer. I'm trying to make that a point of emphasis, but my priority has always been and always will be the plot in this show because it's so dense and there's so much going on. But we'll keep an eye out for him and his hat, too. Okay, here we go, guys. Episode 17, Bad Dreams. Oh, the balloons just moved. Continuity error.
Even little ladies.
Can you fit a stroller through that? That doesn't look like it would work. No.
Damn it. Mommy didn't say that. It's our lucky day, baby.
Oh, why am I so nervous? Other than, you know, the music. What? Okay, there's our bad dream. Did that woman actually die?
Liv, I'm getting vaccination.
Vaccinations. Come on, baby, go get
Good.
yours.
They put something dead inside you. Into your blood. Gruesome.
Ella J, please go get dressed.
Gruesome. That's a good word.
And in other news, a suicide subway system last night flung herself in front of an oncoming train last night while returning home from the circus.
Okay, so did someone else push her? Or I don't believe that was a suicide. So Liv dreamed she was the murderer. And we gave a line to the dude walking in the other direction past them, the hello little lady guy. So it's probably him.
I believe that the woman may have been murdered. There may have been extraordinary circumstances.
What kind of extraordinary circumstances?
I dreamt I killed her.
That's all I'm comfortable saying at the moment, sir.
24 hours. Then I want you back on the job, head clear.
Thank you. It felt like I was really there.
No, you were asleep in your bed.
Wait a minute. Have you experienced any nausea, rashes, hair loss?
Not a rat.
I thought you might have teleported to New York in your sleep and killed her. Wouldn't that have been wondrous?
Astral
Astrid.
No, astral projection.
Projection.
She had a bad dream.
I saw her face before I saw the news. How is that possible?
Opium?
It wasn't just a dream.
Or opium.
New York it is.
I love New York. Oh, we could catch a show. Pippin!
You're staying here. I'll make it up to you.
I'll make it up to you. Local FBI, presumably?
Are we safe?
Sorry?
FBI comes into my house. First thing I need to ask
she's
is, are we
NYPD.
safe? Security cameras got it all. What exactly are we looking for here? Humor me. There's gonna be a balloon floating in the ceiling. A red one.
Okay. Yeah. Massive deja vu.
Yeah.
99 cigarette balloons.
She wouldn't do it. She just wouldn't.
Yeah, we all believe that. Well, Olivia thinks she might have done it, but why? She must have been like seeing through somebody's eyes, right? It looks so weird. And I can't tell if that's just bad CGI or whether it's supposed to look weird. Yeah.
Perhaps you compelled her to jump using your mind. Do you have any reason to want her dead? Romantic rival, perhaps?
What?
I didn't even know her.
Then why did you kill her?
I don't know.
Stop, both of you. Stop. Nobody killed anybody.
What is mankind's oldest dream? To kill with thought.
Murder.
To wish someone dead.
Who would wish her dead? She seemed like a random victim. Is that to keep herself up, or is that to help her sleep? Are we dreaming?
Do you think it's okay to just flirt with her like that?
Honey, please.
What is it? I'm not young enough.
Honey,
You
calm
cheating
down.
bastard! I can see the way. You cheating bastard!
Hell of a cheese knife. I have no idea what to make of this episode. Why Olivia in particular? I mean, we know she's got some potential because of this drug she was on.
Say she stabbed her husband.
Yeah, I was there.
No, you were 300 miles away.
And somehow I'm killing these people in my dreams.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, something possessed her, just like something possessed the mother that killed herself.
Suddenly, I got so angry. How could I do this?
It wasn't you.
It wasn't you either, Olivia.
You're running on no sleep. And if I'm right, caffeine pills. You're not thinking straight.
Caffeine is always the most dangerous drug. Just check out Saved by the Bell.
Who was sitting here?
Lady, this isn't the Palm. We don't keep a seating chart.
Who was it?
Whoa!
Was it me?
Agent Dunham.
Just some guy. He comes in every now and then.
Just
Blonde
some guy.
hair. He's got a scar on his face.
I know who that is.
He's a regular.
What the hell is wrong with you?
We saw a blonde guy in the security footage.
This is entirely new.
What?
You're talking about the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what is it?
It's a latte.
Cinnamon?
Yes.
Wow, that's quite good. Delightful, really.
There.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Enhance.
You did not see him in your dreams.
No, I didn't.
No, because you're in his head.
No, that's because you were him. Mr. Unsubba.
So he's the one that's been doing these things to these
He's so
people.
proud
not...
of using the word
Not
right.
a possible explanation.
Why would I be dreaming of him? I mean, who is he?
Enhance.
Suspect's name is Nick Lane. Former address is St. Jude's Mental Hospital.
Well, I'm not going there.
He's either been making me kill people or he's been killing people and making me watch.
You know how this sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what kind of scrutiny we're under. You're under.
Yeah, where's Harris right now?
You can't unofficially investigate a case where you're the subject.
I'm sorry.
Why didn't you come to me?
Because it sounds crazy.
I should have. But I didn't want to sound crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better if I just take some time off, just a few days to work this out.
And continue the investigation on my own.
I'm opening a new case. Subject's name is Nick Lane. Agent Dunham is on point.
Oh?
Please give her whatever assistance she needs.
Good boss.
Maybe I never gave it enough thought. What Walter went through must be a terrible thing to not be able to trust your own mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 4 months ago, an attorney arrived here with papers saying that Nick had inherited a large sum of money. After that, Nick checked himself out. He was here voluntarily, after all. He had an emotional brightness. If he was happy, he would light up a room. Sad, he was like a black hole that would suck you right down with him.
Okay.
Was he dangerous?
No. Oh, if anything, toward the suicidal. Nick was convinced he'd been recruited as a child for a series of top-secret experiments. That he was the soldier in the coming war against denizens of a parallel universe.
Well, that sounds something like we know exactly about. Oh.
You might as well have the ZFT memorized.
But this is a manifesto from a terrorist cell in Germany.
We're going to talk about ZFT.
How old is he?
What?
Nick Lane, what year was
Just
he
as
born?
old as Olivia.
1979.
Jacksonville.
Where?
Aren't you from Jacksonville?
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk to your father.
Yeah. Same study. Cortexiphan.
William theorized that it might enhance certain abilities in predisposed children.
You experimented on people.
Oh, no, not me. William. We had quite a disagreement about it.
What abilities?
It worked on perception. Perception is the key to transformation.
If you can dream a better world, you can make a better world.
Or perhaps travel between them.
Parallel universe.
He could make somebody do something just by thinking it.
Or turn off a bomb with your
Thoughts,
mind.
How you feel determines your view of the world.
What if he was on the platform because he was considering killing himself?
Oh my.
But it still doesn't explain how it is that you're seeing him in your dreams.
She's on Cortexiphan.
William had followed the usual procedures. We would put them in pairs. An intense bond.
May and Katoa. Yeah.
Which could be greatly amplified by a drug like Cortexiphan.
Yeah.
Olivia was never treated with Cortexiphan.
We don't know that. In fact, we're pretty certain she was.
Is that true, Agent Dunham?
Jones thinks she was.
I might have been.
Cue me up, I'm the 12 on your table. I'm so starstruck.
Okay, we're dreaming again, presumably.
He's sexually excited. His excitement has infected the dancer. She's excited too. They're leaving the club together.
Yeah, what strip club does that happen in?
State to enhance
red,
society
red, green.
I'm tuning her antenna, as it were.
Oh. Well, what's happening? Is he hurting her?
No, sex.
Oh.
What? Oh.
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 I see.
Very quick.
He feels dirty.
He's gonna kill her.
He hates himself. The dancer.
She's feeling it too. I don't want to see us. I don't want to see this. I hate seeing this.
She's dead. I killed her.
Where are you? What can you see?
Going home, presumably.
I know where he lives.
Okay, we know where he is. Where he lives. Are we gonna stop him? He likes gray.
I think you should take a look at this.
Dead girl in the bathroom? No, it wasn't at his place. Oh. 47. Plus lots of other numbers, but 47's a big one. He knows all about the trials. No. Is he just infecting randoms again?
Why now? He was given Cortexiphan over 20 years ago, right? Why is this just happening now?
Lawyer shows up at the mental hospital with a magical inheritance, and all of a sudden Nick Lane becomes an emotional atom bomb. Seems a little too coincidental to be coincident.
What's the
You
inheritance?
think he was activated?
What was written will come to pass.
What are we supposed to do if we find him anyway? I mean, if we get too close to him, aren't we going to be infected with his emotions too?
Yes.
Train
But
him from a
perhaps
distance.
Agent Dunham would not.
Why do I get the feeling you're not telling us everything?
Because I don't know everything.
Oh. Alright, so Cortexiphan's part of the lore. Like, this is going to be a recurring thing. And Olivia's going to be demonstrating abilities and powers. Oh, my gosh. Group suicide. That's crazy. There's our observer.
You don't want to go up there. We already sent the guy up. Now he's on the ledge, too.
Okay.
Nick?
Does he recognize her?
You hurt me. You were always the strong one. You remember Olive?
Olive?
I'm sorry, no, I don't.
I think they meant for us to forget. I did what they told us. I waited. The call never came. Then, that man with the glasses, he said,
Don't.
What was written will come to pass. He said he knew how to wake me up.
You don't have to do this.
I want to stop hurting people.
Listen to me. Come down.
No, God.
38 miles.
Shoot me, or I will jump, and they will all jump with me.
Yeah. Talk about a trolley problem.
Please. You were made for this.
I'm sorry.
Okay. She crippled him. She wounded him.
I wish you had.
Get away from the edge, everybody.
Nick Lane's parents died several years ago. Car accident. And you still have no memory of the trials? Being treated with the drug?
No.
But he does.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
What is this place?
He's being kept in a drug-induced coma.
For how long?
Indefinitely.
He said sometimes what we wake up can't be put back to sleep.
Oh, you all right, Denham?
Yes.
Okay. I'm intrigued by the address of that place, 25134. It's like an entry code. Only the first 5 digits.
The stuff that they put in me isn't dead anymore. It came back alive.
It's just bad dreams, baby girl.
Let's not get people frightened of vaccines.
Breaking about 1,000 regulations by doing this. Here's Nick Lane's file.
I know.
Why is his file full of those sorts of newspaper clippings? Is Walter involved, more involved with Cortexiphan than he's letting on? Are we going to see young Nick and Olive here?
Yes, Dr. Bell.
Casualties?
Not sure yet. We can't locate Brenner.
Is she okay?
She's fine.
Hell, do we know what triggered it?
Obviously, she was upset, William. It's all right, Olive. Everything's going to be okay.
Oh, it's opposite direction this time. Okay, so Cortexiphan. We got introduced to this idea through Jones. He suspected that Olivia was a test subject, and he figured that was how she would be able to pass the tests as a recruit, how she'd be able to defuse the bomb with her mind. Now we get confirmation, and we learn that Olive had a buddy in the experiment, this Nick Lane, who they have a deep psychic bond, except he's now in a medically induced coma because his emotions are highly infectious. This show is so good at training us that this batshit crazy stuff, we should just accept it, sort of face value, and it hasn't led us astray with that model of approaching the show yet. There's a willingness to accept craziness, and I'm okay with that because it's an intriguing story. But we go back to ZFT, this German manifesto, for lack of a better word, I was fiddling around with ZFT because for those of you that know my Lost reactions, I get into trying figuring out the details, the codes of this all. We first learned of ZFT back when Jones was still in prison, and we had this. It was the DNA that was on Loeb's. The DNA of that organism that was on Loeb's heart had a genetically engineered DNA, and there was a repeating sequence in it over and over again that, with a simple alphabet shift cipher, would become ZFT. So I took ZFT and I made all 26 permutations of that with a simple alphabetic shift cipher, just basically shifting everything one letter and then shifting everything two letters, etc., etc., etc. And not every shift gives you an interesting thing, but there were some very interesting things that did come out of it, which may or may not be relevant at all. Probably not, but I just wanted to point them out for fun anyway. So you get the IOC, the International Olympic Committee. So they're clearly involved in the pattern somehow. You get MSG, monosodium glutamate, but also short for message. You get SYM, the prefix to symbol and all of its associated words. And we get symbols all over this show. You get NTH, the nth degree. Am I on the right track? Well, you also get yes, Y-E-S. But to top it off, you also get OUI, oui, which is yes in French. So I feel like there's something there. I have no idea how it relates. I feel like I may need to go back and check my notes as the series progresses and see if any of the other ZFT shifts become relevant. But just off the top, that there's 6 out of 26 right there. More than 20% of them have some recognizable relevance to the average person. Anyway, the big revelation here is this isn't just a Dr. William Bell experiment. This is also a Walter experiment. And he's been a little deceptive. He worked with Olivia, called Olive at the time. But that means, he worked with Olive and Nick, presumably. And we have this video, and not clear exactly what Olive did and to who, but she hurt or killed somebody with her mind. So Nick's got this ability to pass his emotions on to those close to him physically, which led to suicide, which led to violence, attempted murder. How will Olivia's powers manifest? Presumably now we can say relatively safely that she did turn off that bomb. Maybe, probably. But what are her powers? I didn't realize we were going to get into superpowered people on this show. I thought we would be into weird paranormal stuff, but somehow we're getting more into X-Men mutant kind of stuff here. Although it's scientific experiments causing these things as opposed to random genetic mutation. But nevertheless, it feels like we're like defining powers of our characters. So what's Olivia going to be able to do? How does this... what does this do to the story? I mean, we're only one season in. We've only got 3 episodes left in this season, so I feel like we're gearing up towards a very interesting finale. But yeah, I have no idea what to make of that. But I'm intrigued. I'm super intrigued. It's impressive how much Olivia's co-workers and bosses trust her at this point. Broyles is making her case official, even though, as Olivia says just prior, she shouldn't be investigating a case where she's the subject, not the suspect, but the subject of the case. And yet Royals okays it. Charlie is bringing her files. Unclear what all those newspaper clippings were doing in Nick's official FBI file, but interesting. And then let's talk about Nick a little bit. Nick put himself into a mental institution voluntarily for 5 years until he was visited 4 months ago by a lawyer who set him up with a family inheritance, and somehow or other activated him. But Nick never forgot that he was going to be activated. I'm trying to think now. I'm tangenting, so I apologize in advance. But Nick said, I followed all the rules. I kept myself in shape. I wore all the blacks and grays. And now I'm thinking, like, is that all Olivia ever wears is black and gray? And I kind of feel like it is. And she's obviously in shape as an agent. But yeah. So has she been waiting for activation subconsciously since she was a kid in Jacksonville? And does this mean Walter was in Jacksonville, and wouldn't Peter remember being in Jacksonville as a kid? But who was the lawyer? Was that Jones? 4 months ago feels like Jones wasn't out of prison yet, but I don't know if there's been a time jump since all of that. Just a man with glasses. I mean, that hardly narrows it down. Could it have been Loeb? Could it have just been another lawyer for hire, like the one that we saw in the German prison that we just ended up killing for his suit? Not enough information yet, but I'm super curious and intrigued, and I'm really looking forward to the end of this season. I feel like the last 3 episodes of this season are going to ramp the story up even more, really sort of help us define the direction of the series in toto. I keep going back to Lost because end of season 1, we finally opened the hatch. And suddenly everything we thought we knew about the island changed. And there were whole other levels and layers to the story. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're heading in a similar direction here on Fringe, where there's going to be some really interesting reveals at the end of season 1 that will take the story in an entirely new, more just add a lot of depth to our understanding of what the pattern is and what the two sides are and what this parallel dimension, this parallel universe means. Man, if I wasn't doing reactions, I'd be binging this show so hard. But I'm pacing myself. And unfortunately, you guys need to as well. 1 a week is all I can do with this. But I'm loving the ride. Man, am I loving the ride. It makes my viewing sessions that much more fun, and I look forward to them that much more because I limit myself to once a week. But, man, Cortexiphan, ZFT, Jacksonville 89, 79. What more does Walter know? What more does Walter know? What isn't he telling us? All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a little bit here today on Neil Talks. I really value your time, your input, your help with the algorithm. You know what to do. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.